Hello everyone and welcome to another review. If you've seen any of my previous reviews, you'll know that I'm into a few different properties. I'm assuming that Simon's going to put a funny little thing down the bottom of the video here somewhere, so I thought I'd get in there first, Simon. Anyway, so yes, Transformers is my first love, but I also like kaiju in general and Godzilla in particular. So today we're going to have a look at the newest release from S.H. MonsterArts from Tamashii Nations, and this is Legendary's 2019 King of the Monsters Burning Godzilla. So before we get into the figure itself, let's have a quick look around the box. So it's just a product shot here. One thing that's interesting, regular releases of figures that you can buy at general retail, well not general retail, but places like Hobby Link and Ami places like that, will have a window box, whereas Tamashii Nations web shop exclusives are always in this kind of enclosed box. So if you're after this and you see one of these in an open window box, it's not real, it's a fake. I know that some Chinese companies have been doing quite a lot of these lately. They've been knocking off a lot of the more expensive figures. I think they've done a Heisei special colour version King Gidorah, and what's the other one they've done? Oh, I think it was 2014 Legendary Godzilla. So just be on the lookout. If you're interested in these, just be careful because there are a lot of knockoffs floating around. Anyway, back on track. You can tell this is a real Tamashii Nations product because it's got it little hologram here. So always keep an eye out for these as well. Also, up in this top left hand corner where it says Monsterverse here, some of the knockoffs have got something different written there. I can't remember what it is offhand, but just keep an eye out for that. So let's just have a quick look at the top of the box there. Side, more product shots. Back, more product shots. I mean, it's the same as any other box really. And just Burning Godzilla on that side. So that's about it for the box. Let's get that out of the way. And let's bring in the big G himself. I'm just going to move my camera down. So here we go. Now this figure is cast in translucent orange plastic with varying shades of red, orange and brown overpainted in dry brushing, which gives it this really nice effect. I really do like the way this one turned out. The only other Burning Godzilla I've got is the 1995 one. I couldn't quite reach him today. I do have a couple of comparisons, but we'll get to those in a bit. It's really nice. I don't know if it's coming up very well, the translucency on this. Let's bring it up to the camera a little bit closer, see if we can get in there. It's got a really nice head sculpt on there. I did find with mine, I opened the jaw a little bit too wide when I was having a play with him and the whole bottom jaw fell off. I have had this happen with other Godzilla figures, so bear that in mind if you do want to pick this one up. Be careful with the jaw because everything is ball jointed on these figures, so some of the smaller ones do have a tendency to pop off. With this lovely dry brushing down the spines. It's quite heavy on the arms here. Darker down the bottom, presumably where he's cooler. As in the 1995 Godzilla, he basically just burns in the middle, and the rest of him is just normal Godzilla colour. I think they've gone for something similar here. And right down on top of his tail. Really, really nicely done, this one. Really nicely done. I've been really looking forward to getting this one. So there we go. Right, I will try and run down the articulation. It's a little bit awkward with these because, as I've just said, parts do have a tendency to pop off, so bear with me. Right, so his jaw is on a ball joint. You can move the tongue. It will move. But it's, so I'm getting my fingers in the way now, it's awkward, so I'm not going to fiddle too much with it, because if it pops off it's going to take me ages to get it back on again, to be honest. Head rotates here. The thing with the Monsterarts figures is they have a lot of floating pieces, so like this piece here, it's not actually attached to anything, so if you pop the head off, that will just fall off. And that's the same with all of them. It's the way they get this highly articulated look to them. So like that, and then there's a larger ball joint at the base of the neck. And then some of these are quite sticky as well once you get them out of the box, so you can move that part there. I will be quite honest, I love these figures, and although they are marketed as highly articulated, which they are, a lot of it isn't really useful because you have to really shove some of the joints. So like that bit there, it's on I think that's another floating piece, so you can't really do much with that. So then the next articulation point is here, and there's not much you can do with that either. So it is a bit of a problem with these figures, but if you're really good at posing, you can get them in some really amazing poses. I'm not massively good at posing. So here's a more useful articulation joint at the stomach area, and there's another floating piece here, and then there's a series of ball joints and floating pieces that go down the tail, so you can get some decent movement from the tail. I don't know if this one has the issue that another one, my Millennium Godzilla, which I'll bring in a minute, has an issue with the end of its tail popping off because the ball joint is very small. Hopefully they fixed that with this one. Can get some good movement from the tail itself. So there's that there. We go back up. Some nice movement at the arms. You can get them to go out a little way, but then you have to work with the ball joint there. So it'll go out a little way. And then quite a nice range at the elbow, because this part is on two ball joints. There's a ball joint either side, and then there's this cuff piece here and rotation here. And then down the legs. Usually with the legs you get quite a fair amount. Yeah, there you go. You get quite a fair amount of in and out there. So we can do quite a wide stance, or small, depending how you want to display him. And then he's got very nice deep knee bend there, well, deep for a Godzilla. And then there's another floating piece here with a ball joint underneath it, so you can rotate and rock the foot. So all in all, he's nicely articulated, as with other Godzillas. So, speaking of other Godzillas, let's have a quick look. Here he is with the regular version. It's going to be a bit awkward getting these in because the tails are very long on the legendary ones. So, I have to do it like that. It's the same sculpt, they're exactly the same. The only difference between the two is this piece here. This bit is for the atomic breath effect. You can see that there. And the only reason I left that on is because I don't know what I've done with the jaw piece. The regular jaw piece, because you have to take the jaw off, the whole jaw off, to put this piece on, because this piece is part of the sculpt, or it's at least glued on, so you get a separate jaw piece. I couldn't find it, so I've had to leave that bit on. So as you can see, he's the same. It's the same figure, same size, same articulation, exactly the same. So there he is with his regular counterpart. Here he is with the best Godzilla ever, Millennium Godzilla. This is the special colour version. This is my favourite one. I know a lot of people don't like the Millennium series for what other reason. I don't know why. I suspect they're watching it in American and not the original Japanese. Because if you watch it in the original Japanese, it's fantastic. I will say I've never watched a Godzilla film with the American dub, because I tried it with the 1954 version and it was just awful. So I'm sorry, I'm a bit of a purist when it comes to that. Sorry. Please don't hold it against me. But there he is anyway, with a similar sized figure. Get a general idea. And last but by no means least, here he is with the one that started it all, 1954 Godzilla from the original movie, simply entitled Gojira. And here we go. I do quite like this one as well. I think this one should have been released first. It should have been the first Monsterarts because it was the first Godzilla, but they started with the 1995 or 94 version, I forget which. That's just a minor nitpick. Let's pop that one out of the way. So there you go. That's a quick look at the Tamashii Nations Burning Godzilla from Legendary's 2019 film. I do have a lot of these figures. If you're interested in seeing some reviews of other figures, please let me know. I've got almost everything except for the Heisei Mecha King Gidorah and Shin Godzilla, because I really dislike Shin Godzilla. I can't bear the look of it. So yeah, let me know if you want to see anything else. Happily do a review of it. In the meantime, that's all for this one. I hope you've enjoyed this look at a Godzilla figure, and that's all from me. So until next time, thanks for watching and goodbye.
finish on plastic.